Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hearts of Iron 4 with me, Love Spuds. Last time out, we defeated the Soviet Union, and we need to mop up the rest of these guys over here in Mongolia and China and all that. So, without further ado, let's get on with it. And what's going on here? So, pretty much I can let this go at 5 speed. The army's doing their own thing, they're just advancing through everything. So, I don't need to do anything. So I can concentrate on the rest of what's going on at the moment, which is research, development, and all sorts. Subsidiary carrier roll, yep, I'll have some of that, please. And what do I want to do? I want to do something with my industry because there's a lot of crap to repair. Well, I could get an advanced oil plant just to get that off the ground. I've got a gap there. How about we go for... Oh, we could do some equipment actually, that would be nice. I think that would be quite handy. You can invite to faction ties. No divisions in training. Actually, what I'm going to do, talking about that, I'm going to take this off all adult serve. Now, bear with me a second. Turn it to extensive conscription in just a minute, but first I am going to do total equality. Get the recruitable population up. Get the women involved. They know what's going on. So that brings it to 8.9 million, which is fine, but I don't need that amount really at the moment. I sort of would like some of this factory output back and the construction speed and so forth. So I'll go back to extensive conscription. And there we go, 4 million manpower. I think that should be plenty at the moment for what we need to do. So just let the time tick away here and see how these guys get on, basically. So while that's going on, I'm going to prepare this front line because the next target is going to be the United States. We're going to take out all the big boys first, and then we'll mop up all the little ones afterwards. But the thing is, with the United States, I need to look at that front, and also the fronts from Sweden and Denmark, unless anyone else has joined the Southwest Pacific Initiative, which I don't think they have. There's a couple of bits up here, but they won't take much to mop up. Korea as well. I need to make sure there's some troops stationed over there. And Australia. Yeah, that's right. Australia went off and done their own thing. They bloody scarpered. What's all this? Right. My focus tree is all messed up, obviously because of that update that happened a while ago. But what we want to do next is something to do with special forces. That would be handy. Yes, please. Army experience. We don't really need... we don't need that. We can do that if we've got nothing else to do, I suppose, at some point. Denmark's a non-aggression pact. Yeah, sure. They are quaking in their boots, son. Just bear with me a second. I just need to check my timer, seeing as I didn't start it. I'm going to try and make these episodes last roughly 20 minutes. I think that's a decent amount of time, and it keeps the file sizes down for upload and such forth. So let's carry on. Unpause the game. So we don't need to read about the convoys. Resistance to occupation, they will be quelled shortly. They will submit. Mountain infantry. Beautiful. We're going to get some Marines as well. Oh, talking of Marines, we're going to edit our infantry template once the war is over anyway, so I'll just let that carry on. I don't need to micromanage anything over there. They seem to be doing their own thing, and it is going well. So let's construct some things. I know I've got a lot to repair in my building queue here, but it shouldn't take that long, because look how many factories we've got working on this line. Look at it. It goes all the way down to there. So that shouldn't take very long at all. I'm going to make sure the infrastructure's up in here as well, which it is. The infrastructure's full, so supply shouldn't be an issue until we get into the US. Build some radar as well, so we know what's going on. So max those out on all the frontline provinces here. Because why not? And maybe over here as well. So that's all the radar we need. Probably overkill, but hey ho. Next we want some anti-aircraft. because we don't want those pesky Americans flying over, even though my Air Force should be bigger than theirs at this point now. The only thing I'm bothered about may be the Navy, but I think we're covered at the moment with that. So that's the anti-air. We're going to get some air bases as well, because we want to do some sweet parachute drops as well. I think that should be a good idea. Parachute drops, and obviously the maximum amount of planes we can get flying into the US. So everywhere can have an air base. Might even get some nukes on the field. Wouldn't that be lovely? Right, so that's on the go. All the main things there. Rocket sites, they are quite handy, but I'm not going to worry about that. I think it will be possible to just crush them. Thinking about that. Naval bases, yes, supply lines to the capital, that would be handy. So going to max out a few of these. Max the one out over there. So I got a few to choose from. I want some on the other side as well. So that would be handy. Yeah, fuck it, everyone gets one. I will want to put some radar down here as well, I think, just so we can keep an eye on what's going on, and you can have some naval bases as well, because I assume at some point I am going to want to invade Brazil if I'm going to take Portugal out of the equation. And talking of radar, I might as well just stick some in anywhere that's close to America, pretty much. And on here as well. Yep, you can all have radar. No one can hide from the communist agenda. Beautiful. Isn't it glorious? Right. Press play again. Let's get on with things. So you can see it's just going to be a case of watching the swath of pink just spread the communist love all over the Chinese Asian peninsula. Peninsula? Why do I keep calling things peninsulas? I don't know. Who's working on Japan? That's South Africa and Canada. They seem to be doing okay at the moment. They've still got territory here. The Japanese should have really pushed them out if they had any sense, but they don't. But still, there we go. It's going away nicely. And just going to make sure everything builds. So we're pretty much set for a moment. How are we doing? Very high national unity, that's good. Look at all the factories. Nearly 1,300, nearly 1,400 factories there. Delicious, delicious factories. We have 3 military factories as usual. Build aircraft. What new aircraft do we have? Could do with some building some transports actually. If I'm going to do some what are they called? Airdrops. That's the word. Beautiful, beautiful. Unassigned divisions. Oh, these ones down here. I don't really know what to do with you. I mean, they're pretty much useless to me at this point. I really do need to annex them at some point. I can dismantle the faction, but you know, that's not necessary just yet. I'll mop up the rest of the world first, and I'll disband them if necessary. Which it probably will be. Just need to have a look. Manage subjects. Yeah, it is subject, isn't it? British Raj, integrated public. Yeah. South Africa could become free whenever they want to, but they don't seem to be wanting to at the moment. Soviet state of Shanxi has capitulated. Beautiful. There you go. See, I'm not even able to do anything. It's sorting itself out, and I just need to have a look at this. What's the template for this? For what? Mechanized equipment. Yeah, I know. That is coming when I change the division templates. I don't think it should be necessary to change the template now before the war's over. Available planes in reserves. Yep. Mongolia's capitulated. Uh-huh. 1 day to research the Sterling Mark III. That's good. Let me just pause for a second while I catch up. There's a good couple of things there. Night vision. Bit of that. We'll sort out the air cover in a moment when I work out what's going on with the rest of this technology. Ooh, hang on a minute. What are these? Jaegers, Desert Infantry. Might as well research some of these at some point. I don't think it's necessary yet. We got what we need. Engineer company, maintenance company. Oh, that reminds me. Have we done this down the bottom here? Oh, we have. Transports. We can do the next one. Because why not? Outdated equipment. That'll be our infantry equipment. So we'll swap that out. Give them some good guns. We've got plenty in storage, so swapping over production's not going to be an issue. I'll just sort out these. And then it's all hunky-dory. Divisions in basic training. Yeah, I will train some when I could be asked. I suppose maybe, well, I'll get the division templates and things sorted. Let this war finish first, and then we'll sort it all out. Beautiful. Well, thank you for the few people who put some comments and left feedback and everything for my last couple of videos. I'm not quite back to normal yet, but I'm getting there. I'm working on some videos, and I should get a bit of more of a routine started soon, hopefully. But again, thank you for your feedback. It's much appreciated, whether it's good or bad. It doesn't really matter, as long as it's anything that I can take on board and work with for the future. So it's always much appreciated. So, how are we doing on construction? Ooh, a lot of things are repaired. Obviously, we're still at war, so things are still getting broken by people who just won't lay down and accept communism yet. But they will, believe me. They will. They will soon all be wearing pink shirts in the streets. It's kind of a weird thing to say, mine, but still. Doesn't matter. All is well under British communism. Australia wants to sign a pact of non-aggression. Decline. Hunt and destroy. Unassigned divisions. Oh, they're doing that as well. There's a few there. Yeah, there is a few there, isn't there? Wow. I think it's about time you were promoted to a field marshal's son. What's your name? Richard O'Connor. Let's sort this by skill. Jock. Where are you? Oh, are you on this list down here? Richard O'Connor. No. That's my dodgy mouse playing up again. Yeah, you're just going to have to. I just need you to take on board more people. Because they keep coming out the woodwork. I think you're pretty much set there. I might as well just set a front line just to... Oh no, they're garrisoning. Garrisoning. Because that's a word. Cool. So again, we're just letting this tick down. Shouldn't be too much longer. Looks like the Australians are moving in, and the Americans and the Swedish. Basically, our future enemies are doing the work for us. I don't even have to do a naval invasion, which is sweet. We seem to have most of the major cities, apart from Tokyo. So, I don't think it'll be that long before they capitulate, to be honest. Let's have a look at the war. Excuse me? I don't understand that, to be honest, unless that is their one victory point. Because look, they don't control any of their major cities apart from Tokyo. So once that falls, do you think they will fall? Well, Chinese Soviet Republic has capitulated, so they're sorted out. There we go. Rocket artillery, yep. Just researching for the sake of researching now. It doesn't really matter what we get. Support anti-air attack. We're not really using that at all. So that's fine. What else we got here? Ooh, have some of that. Semi-modern camouflage. Get some new suities and booties. What's going on? Oh, 3 dockyards. Yeah, all of the convoys. That's fine. 3 military factories. What do we actually want to do? Shall we think about this properly? What do we need? Or what do we want, should we say? Yeah, rocket artillery. No, we don't really need any of it. Mechanized equipment. Yeah, throw another line of that on. And then also some more tanks. Another load of tanks. And then what about some more infantry equipment? Yes, 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 yes. Some more support equipment, because why the hell not? Some more trucks. There's going to be like 6,000 trucks to every single citizen on this earth by the time I'm finished. But nonetheless, let's just carry on and put stuff in the queue, and we'll probably run out of resources, and then the cycle continues. Let's just stop there, because that's getting a bit silly now. Got too many factories. Oh, and there we are. The war is over. The People's Republic have capitulated. Chinese People's Republic has capitulated. Oh, I know why they weren't surrendering. That's because that's the only territory they had. Everything else was mine. Right. Let's just quickly get this over with as quickly as possible. Let's just pass a couple of times. Just so we get a load of points. And then what we want to do is finish off the Soviet Union first. And we're just going to take all of these states. Yep, that should work nicely. We'll sort out this bloody border gore as well. So, what's your name? Yugoslavia. Take all states. Don't know who you are, but I'm going to take your state. Romania. Take all of those. It's got to be Hungary as well. All of Poland. Take all states. Hungary. Take all states. I'm hungry for Hungary. Check. Checkmate. Where's that? Slovakia? Or Serbia? Serbia's down there. Just click it because I can't see it. Damn it. Take all of their states as well. So is that pretty much everyone on that list? Take you and all. So let's just quickly go through this and see what else needs taking. Liberating, should I say. Beautiful. And Soviet Union, yep, it's done the Soviet Union. So Mongolia and all these other people down here. Take all states. Slovak, oh, that's where you were. Chinese. What's it? Shanxi. And the Manchu state. It should be everything, right? There we go. Yes. Oh, the power. The power and the font. Oh, it was so overwhelming it made me cough. God damn it. Right. This is fine. This is perfect. So, seeing as the war is finito, let's prepare for the next one. Let's join. Let's put a front line here. Need to put one here as well. Yes, I know. So I don't need to half and half it. So let's just look at that and then look at that bit. So probably need a quarter of the forces. So we'll half this and half it again, and then put 40 divisions on that front line, and then include these guys. So half them, stick half of them there, and then the other half can go on that front line. So it works out nicely. So you've got a nice evenish spread across the whole of the northern border of the US. So that's fine. They'll slowly move over at their own pace. They'll embark on various little ships and wander over. Montgomery, you have the honor of marching into North Korea. It will need to sort out your divisions at some point. Marines are done as well. Beautiful. I'm going to do a bit of amphibious warfare for a focus. And what's next on here? What is next on here? Well, let me tell you when I figure it out. Signal company? Are we using signal companies? I'm not actually sure. No, we're not, so I don't need to worry about that at the moment. But what we will get is field hospitals, because we are using them. And the more manpower we can save, the better. Man and woman power, should I say. People power. People power, flower power, communism power, all sorts of power. What's going on there? What happened there? Oh, they found a submarine. Oh, poor little fella. Right. Well, this is where I'm going to end today's episode. Thank you again for joining me. And I'll see you again for yet another episode of Hearts of Iron 4 on the road to 56. See you then.